Hello viewers, this Dow2Fast here. In today's video I'm excited to show you this brand new dashcam from the company Rove. This one here is the model R3. This dashcam is packed with a lot of great features. It has a front camera that records in 1440p resolution, an in-cabin camera and a rear camera that records in 1080p. It features a large LCD touchscreen, built-in GPS for data logging, and Wi-Fi connectivity so you can connect to the Rove mobile app and view and download the recorded videos. In this video, I'll go over everything you need to know about this dashcam, and I'll also show you the recorded video of all three cameras, both daytime and nighttime. So let's get started. Here's a look at the box this Rove R3 3-channel dashcam comes in. Being a 3-channel dashcam, it has a front-facing camera, an in-cabin camera, and a rear-facing camera. The front-facing camera records in 1440p, the in-cabin and the rear-facing camera records in 1080p. It features a 3-inch IPS touchscreen display. It also has voice guidance, built-in GPS and Wi-Fi, lifetime customer support, and 1-year warranty. So let's open this up. There's actually a very nice packaging for this dashcam. There's the user manual. There's a Rove R3 dashcam. There's a rear camera. Cigarette lighter power adapter. Plastic pry tool. There's a rear camera cable. With this screen, you can apply onto the windshield and then stick the dashcam onto the screen. This way it's easier to remove the dashcam in the future. Power cable, USB cable, mounting hardware, and cleaning wipe. Here's a look at everything you get with this dashcam. Now I want to mention there is an optional Hardwire kit you can get for this Rove R3. If you install this Hardwire kit to get power from the fuse box, then the R3 dashcam can operate in parking mode. Now I'll do a separate video showing you how to install this, so stay tuned for that video. So let's have a closer look at this Rove R3 dashcam. Right here is a front-facing camera. The resolution of this camera is 1440p, and the viewing angle of this lens is 150 degrees. You can swivel the camera up and down. Now right here is a windshield mount. Next to it on the side, there's a USB-C connector for connecting the power cable. Now if you want, you can remove this windshield mount and reinstall it. To install this on the windshield, remove the backing on double-sided tape and then stick this directly on the windshield. To the left of it, there's a speaker. Looking on this side, here's a microSD memory card slot. The maximum size you can install on this dashcam is 256 GB. Next to it is a multifunction power switch. On this side, right here is a microphone. Looking at the top, this connector is for connecting the rear camera cable. On the back, there's the in-cabin camera. The resolution of this camera is 1080p and the viewing angle is 140 degrees. You can also swivel this camera up and down. Now at the top here is a large 3-inch IPS LCD touchscreen. On the side here, there are also a couple of LED indicators for power, record, and Wi-Fi. We'll go ahead and remove this. Here I'll install a memory card. Now it does not come with one, so you do have to provide your own. Here's a look at the rear camera. The resolution on this camera is 1080p and the viewing angle is 140 degrees. To install this, remove the backing on double-sided tape and then stick this directly on the back window. After you install it, you can also adjust the angle by rotating this camera. This rear camera cable is 20 feet long. To connect the rear camera to the dashcam, plug this connector to this end of the cable and then plug the other end of the cable to this top USB-C connector. This power cable is 12 feet long. Connect this end with a USB-C connector to the side of the windshield mounts. Connect the USB-A connector to a cigarette lighter power adapter and then plug this into your 12-volt accessory port. Now I'll power on the dashcam. Here it tells you to format the memory card. Next, you can manually set the time or let the GPS set the time automatically. I'll select this option here. Next, here it tells you the factory default settings will allow the dash cam to start recording. Okay.
Recording started.
Now right now I see two camera views. One is the in-cabin camera and the other one is a front-facing camera. But I don't have the view for the rear camera. After checking the connector on the cable, I realized the connector was not completely seated in. Now if you look at this connector coming from the rear camera, it looks like it's plugged in, but actually it's not. What you want to do is rotate it a little bit to make sure it's locked in like this. Now you're able to see all three camera views. There's a rear camera, in-cabin camera, and the front camera. So when you're installing this, make sure this connector is pushed in all the way. Looking at the top left-hand corner, you see this flashing red dot. That tells you all three cameras being recorded right now. And each time you get into your vehicle, turn on the ignition, the dash cam will power on automatically and begin recording. At the bottom of the screen, it will show you the date and the resolution of all three cameras. On the right side, it will show you the speed you're traveling at. So let's go into the settings menu, tap the screen. A menu will come up. Select the settings icon right here.
Recording stopped.
The first menu item is video resolution. So let's take a look at the setting for all three cameras. Now by default, the front camera is set to 1440p. The inside cabin and the rear camera is set to 1080p. You can set this to other resolution if you want. Let's go back. Loop recording. By default set to 3 minutes. You can set it for 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or off so it will record one continuous large file up to 20 minutes. Now if you're not familiar with loop recording, the way dashcam works is when it starts recording, it'll record a series of video clips non-stop. Once the memory card is full, then it'll start overwriting the oldest file. Let's go back. IR LEDs, by default is auto. What that means is at night, the infrared LED for the in-cabin camera will turn on automatically, so it's able to record the video even with no lights. Now the picture will be black and white, but that's how the night vision recording works. And during the daytime, the infrared LED will be off, and the video recording will be in full color. Let's go back. G sensor, by default is set to 5, which is medium sensitivity. You can set this to 0, which is off, or 1, which is a high impact detection. 5 is medium, and then 9 is low impact detection. So 9 is actually the most sensitive and is able to detect low impact. I'll leave this at 5. Let's go back. Next is audio recording. By default, the microphone's on, so it'll record audio. Parking mode. Now here it tells you the parking mode will only work if you install the Hardwire kit. You can turn this on or off. Let's go back. Exposure. Here you can set the exposure for the front camera, in-cabin camera, and the rear camera. By default, the setting is at 0. You can increase or decrease exposure. Wide dynamic range. By default is on. You can turn this off if you want. The wide dynamic range will give you the best exposure in all lighting condition. License plate. Here you can set a unique number for this dash cam, so if you have a fleet of vehicle, you'll know which dash cam is installed in which car. Stamp. By default, the date and time stamp is enabled. GPS coordinates is enabled. Driving speed is enabled. Also a license plate and the Rove logo is enabled. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the license plate one and leave the rest on. Time lapse. If you want, you can set the recording to do time lapse recording, and you set it to 1 frame per second, 2, or 4 frames per second. Video compression. By default, H.264 is enabled. If you want to use higher compression like the H.265, you can select that also. Speed unit. By default set to miles per hour. If you live in Canada, then you can set this to kilometers per hour. Distortion correction. By default is off. With a wide angle lens on the camera, you might find the recording to have a bit of a fisheye look. If you don't like it, you can turn on the distortion correction and that'll fix some of the fisheye look. Live speed and compass. Here you can turn on or off the live speed and compass display. Rotate display. Here you can rotate the display for the front and cabin camera or the rear camera. You only need to set this if you install the cameras upside down. Otherwise, leave it at default. And that's the last setting under video settings. Next is system settings. First menu is Wi-Fi. Now with this dashcam, it does have built-in Wi-Fi, and you can connect an app on your mobile phone to this dashcam using Wi-Fi. Now by default it's off. You can turn it on for once or always on. Wi-Fi mode. By default, it's set to 5 gigahertz. Format micro SD memory card. Here you can format the memory card. Time zone. Here you can set the time zone. Dates. Here you can set the dates. Date format. By default, set to month, day, and year. Time. Here you set the time. Time formats. 24 hours or 12 hours. Screensaver. Now by default, the screensaver is on and it will turn on after 1 minute. The other option is live video, always on, or LCD off after 1 minute. Screen brightness. By default, set to medium. You can set it for high or low. Speaker volume. By default, set to medium. Touch tone. By default, is on. Voice guidance. By default, is on. Boot tone. By default, is on. Frequency. You can set it for 60 Hz in North America or 50 Hz for Europe and Asia. TV mode, PAL or NTSC. If you're in North America, select NTSC. GPS, by default, is on. Storage space. Here you can see the space available on your memory card. Default settings. If you want, you can revert everything back to factory default. System info. This will show you the software version of the dashcam. Customer care. Here it tells you how to contact customer support. And the last one is legal. Here it gives you some legal information. When you're done, go back. Now next to the settings icon is a lock icon. If you press this icon, then it'll lock the current video clip for about 20 seconds. And you can use this feature if you see something happening on a road and you want to save it so it's not overwritten. You can also lock the video clip by pressing the power button on the side. Next is Wi-Fi. Right now it's off. If I tap this, you can turn on the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is on.
And when it's on, you can connect the mobile app to this dash cam and download the recorded videos. I'll show you more on that later in the video. The home button will basically close this menu. The record button will stop the recording.
Recording stopped.
The microphone icon will mute the audio.
Audio recording off. Audio recording on.
And the last icon here will toggle the live view. Let me show you how to set up the mobile app so you can connect to the dash cam using the Wi-Fi connection. In your Google Play Store or Apple App Store, search for the name Rove. Now you'll find these two apps. The one you want to install is this one that says Rove Dashcam Beta. Install this app. After you install the app, open it. On the dashcam, tap the screen and turn on the Wi-Fi by pressing the icon right here.
Wi-Fi is on.
Here it tells you do not change any settings on the Rove R3 model while you're using this Rove app. Also make sure you operate the dashcam either using the app or the dashcam, but one at a time. Now if you don't have an account, you need to register for an account. Next, go to your Wi-Fi setting on your phone and connect to the dashcam. Here's a Rove R3 device. Enter a password. The password is 12345678. Select connect. Now the phone is connected to the dashcam using the Wi-Fi connection. Let's go back to the app. Press the button that says I understand. Continue. Select the Rove R3 dashcam. Proceed. So right now you're looking at the live view of the front camera. In the middle it tells you it's recording. It tells you the resolution the camera is recording at. Here's the day and time. Now if you want to switch a camera view, select this camera icon right here. You can select rear camera, in-cabin camera, and also back camera. You can mute the microphone.
Audio recording off.
Unmute it.
Audio recording on.
You can go to full screen. At the bottom, on the far right, you can select settings.
Recording stopped.
Here are the video setting. Next to it is system setting. If you want to look at the recorded videos, select the icon at the bottom that says Dashcam Video. Here's a list of all the recordings. And you can select front camera, cabin camera, and rear camera. Each of the video clip has a date and timestamp. To play it, tap the screen.
Yes, I understand.
And if you want to download the video, press the download icon right here. Now it's downloading this video clip to your phone. As you can see, using the Rove R3 mobile app is very simple for you to look at the live video, and also download recorded videos. Now I'll take this to the vehicle, get it installed, and we'll take a look at the recording from the front camera, back camera, and the cabin camera. To install the dash cam onto the windshield, remove the backing on double-side tape, and then stick this directly onto the windshield. Connect the USB-C connector from the power cable to the dash cam. Next, connect the rear camera cable to the dash cam. Run both of these cables up to the headliner and over to the A-pillar. Pull back the weather stripping. So run this rear camera cable up along the edge right here. Now you need to be careful and keep the cable away from the side curtain airbag. I ran the power cable down along the side. Route this underneath the dash over to your center console. Plug the cigarette lighter power adapter into your 12-volt accessory port. Now with this rear camera, it's not waterproof, so you will have to install this inside the vehicle. And to install it, remove the backing on double-side tape, and then stick this directly on the back window. Here's a rear camera cable I ran all the way to the back of the car. Next, connect the camera to this connector here. Now, as I mentioned before, make sure this connector is seated in properly. Now you can tuck this cable behind the headliner. With the rear camera installed, don't forget to adjust the angle of the camera. With everything connected, now turn on the ignition. The dash cam will power on and begin recording all three cameras. Now right now the main screen is showing the live video of the front camera. If I tap one of the other camera views, it'll toggle over to the other camera. And this one is an in-cabin camera. And this is a rear camera. Now we're back to the front camera. If you want to play back the recorded video, tap the screen, select the folder icon right here.
Recording stopped.
Here you have the front camera recording, cabin recording, and the rear camera recording. You scroll up and down, select the file you want to play back.
Recording started.
Now play back the recorded video. You can press the trash can to delete the file, or select the next file. When you're done, go back.
Recording started.
Now if you want to use a mobile phone to view the recorded video and download the video, you'll first need to turn on the Wi-Fi on the dash cam. Tap the screen, turn on Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is on.
Go to your Wi-Fi setting on your phone and connect to a Rove R3. Open up your Rove app. Select dash cam video at the bottom.
Recording stopped.
Just like the dash cam, you have front video, cabin video, and rear video. Find the file you want to play back and select it. Now play back the recorded video. If you want to download the video to your phone, select the download icon right here. Now this video clip is being downloaded to your phone. If you go back to the live video page, at the bottom there's an icon for local album. If you select that, you can select the Rove R3. Here you will see the video that you downloaded to your phone.
The camera is not recording the video.
If you connect your phone to your computer, you can also copy the video file over to your computer. When you're done, you can exit the app and turn off the Wi-Fi on the dash cam. As you saw in the video recording, this Rove R3 dashcam has excellent image quality. With a 3-camera recording, it's able to record everything around you and inside the vehicle while you're driving. I really like the overall design of this dashcam. It has a very nice sleek look to it, and with a large LCD touchscreen, operating this dashcam is very simple. The Rove mobile app works very well. It allows you to make configuration changes to the dashcam and view and download the recorded videos. If you're in the market for a 3-channel dashcam, I think you should definitely consider this. Now, if you want to learn more about it, check out the link below. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.